As you might have noticed here in Anchorage, Alaska, looking at the way Arctic Boulevard goes hardly anywhere south of Dimond Boulevard, well, mostly that's because the trailer court has been here for a long time. And I mean, one by one, as the trailers have probably had to be demolished because they're no good anymore. They're too beat up. It's put more people closer to wanting to have a thoroughfare there, but it takes quite a while to get it because getting that approved of can take quite a while. Who knows if it'll ever work out? But this is the planning that you would see right here where it is. 92nd Avenue, if it did go through, it would go all the way through to Diamond Center, as you will see probably at as you would see probably at the end of the show here. And that would probably go to show that there's things that need to go on. Probably up to now, the trailers in the area are down to only a few left, and so they're probably going to relocate over to the one on Lake Otis Parkway. This way, when they go to build some new things here, one is going to be a new career center for high school students because the Anchorage will eventually be split in two school districts, making it a lot easier to get to and from the way it is. And so then we can have these things. It'll also be the new ACE program campus on the south side. This way, if we had a campus there at its own place, it wouldn't have to mix in. And if they can adhere to the new neurophysiology rules, they may actually be able to run for a change. It may be hard, but they have to. I mean, because you can't do the job that's not yours. I mean, with this at stake, people from the west side may actually be able to get to the new center. Some of these people who live in this housing may actually be living within walking distance, and it would make it very practical to get somewhere. A traffic signal at 92nd and C Street would make plenty of sense too, and it would make it a lot of sense if we made it all the way to like one part of town and then another. Yeah. Here in the next page is where the Arctic Boulevard could go through the area. There's plenty of space, and the land is actually firm enough to be able to hold the road there. And then it could look almost like a two-way area, with or without any buildings to go in there. And it would connect with 100th Avenue, and then eventually it would go right up and over Minnesota Expressway and make it smoother to help so that you can go into like one of the new neighborhoods right here. The one on that side, on south side, basically they call it Tower Road, but it would be Arctic Boulevard if it went through, and then it would eventually connect with a new recreation center we will eventually have here mm, called O'Malley Gardens, and then of course the inner section at Klatt Road and Arctic Boulevard would be a street change intersection where it would be going going eastbound, Arctic Boulevard to the left, Hilltop Drive to the right. Westbound it would be Hilltop Drive to the left, Arctic Boulevard to the right. And that's how they would do it. Hilltop Drive basically goes all the way down to the end. Skyway Drive was actually supposed to go through. They haven't gotten it through yet, but this is how it would go through. And it's never going to connect to Woodmar or Circle. Woodmar Circle is going to stay just the way it is, and Skyway Drive would probably go down to the beach easier. Here is where 92nd would connect to Diamond Center. It would make it easier because then some people who live in the area don't have to go too far out of the way when walking. or driving. They can actually make their way over to the Diamond Center a lot easier over by the Fred Meyer where they can do these things. If why we haven't been able to get these projects underway is because we don't have enough construction workers to be able to do the work, and we can only do that if there's enough to be able to do the work with. Until then, we'll just have to kind of get to it when we can. Neurophysicists are actually they making backup for those who don't already have it in their genetics to do the stuff needed to learn things in school. And when they get to the point when there gets to be enough people who can succeed in school, eventually have enough construction workers to do all this the way we want to, then we'll be able to get it done. Meanwhile, we're just getting donations. You can do it from your bank account, donate some silver yogurt container lids, or golden tabs, or shot needle caps of both white or orange, and each individual one is worth at least anywhere $100 and possibly $1,000. You just have to see what works best. This will grant us the money to get things done for sure, and then we'll be able to actually work it out, and we'll be able to get people working again like we used to. It's just we can't take you don't know anything about this for an answer. Greed is not our department, and it's one thing we'll go against with whatever it takes.